up, loves? So I just wanted to do a pick a number reading based off of numerology. At the base of this reading, we have the number 13. And that was actually the first number that came up because I was looking at my day. And it has the 7 here and the 6 here. And so that number is coming out strong, 13. Also 4. So at the base of the reading, really, it's all about truth and fairness, and also about coming out of some type of like hermit or isolation mode. It's giving like spreading wings and learning to fly and being in this cycle of a revolving door of rebirth where we may not have to go through that dark period every time, that death part where we are stripping ourselves bare, but we are rebirthing at the same time. So we're not going through, those dark phases anymore, but we've come to a point of rebirth. And we think like, okay, death and rebirth, and once I rebirth, I'm reborn, so to speak. But what really happens is it's a new start. It's a new channel. It's a new life. It's a new way of doing things. And so you're not going to get it right at the very first chance. You're going to have to keep on evolving and ascending and learning and growing and going through the things in order for you to explore all of who you are in this new phase, in this new this new journey here. And I say the word journey, and I was thinking earlier that when I do these readings, I have to learn how to share from my experience and not necessarily my journey, because my journey most of the time is never none of y'all business. Like, for real, my journey is my own, and I think I get so caught up in my journey and how I'm healing and how I'm growing and how I'm reflecting and things like that. And I want to share that with y'all. But the truth is, I need to share with you my experience on that journey. What I do to sustain myself and protect myself, and those things, those little tidbits that's in the background need to stay in the background, because again, it's none of y'all business. So I had to kind of talk that out with myself and understand that, so that I can feel better about sharing and exploring, because it just didn't feel authentic enough. And I kept stopping myself from doing that. But I know divine wisdom has a place for me and where I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to be sharing. And I knew the time would come where I was confident enough to share who I've become, who I'm becoming, in a way that shows through my experience. And so as I told y'all that it's like time to spread your wings, it's time for me to. Like, Source has been whispering to me that, hermit mode is over, isolation is over. It's time to express. It's time to express. And so, and also being okay with where you are now, and being okay with just everything you have, everything you got, and like knowing like knowing that that's the real peace, right? And so it seems as though like me, some of you guys have been in hermit mode, in isolation, but you've been able to build that inner temple. Like, you've been able to find your sacred space within yourself, and like that's true devotion. I'm hearing devotion, but I'm seeing like divorce. So maybe there's still some things that we need to let go um, in order to tune into that true devotion of self, of source. Because throughout my experience, what I've experienced on my journey is what I should say. What I experienced on my journey is that my internal source is my heart. So within my heart space is where things, like everything, expands from. I do this method when I'm doing energy healing that I call grounding from the crown down. And like that's basically how I work my way through, let's say, an energy healing session or something like that. But in recent awarenesses that the epiphanies that have came to me is that this is not our center. This is we can't you can ground from the crown down, but what we can't do is start at the top in order to work our way through. We have to start at the center, the most center, our core, in order to work our way through the other attributes of ourselves, our energies, our, cycles. We have to be able to start at the center. And that center for me has been my heart center. And so when I get into the realm of the heart, this is where that true work began. Because I had worked on my lower chakras, my root chakra, my sacral chakra, my solar plexus. Like, I'm grounded. I'm very creative and able to express that, and I'm authentic in a way that I know who I am and where I'm going. Now, when you get to the heart chakra, it's kind of funny. What I'm thinking about is like the Kundalini. And when you think about the Kundalini energy and how it starts at the base and it rises, right? You have those serpents, they're rising, the white one, the black one, the left one, the right one, the feminine, the masculine, whatever you want to call it, the duality that is actually one. So you have those energies rising, right? And it starts dancing in your root. It'll dance in your root, and it'll go in that circular motion, and it'll just kind of be a mixture of everything that you've been through, everything that makes you unstable, everything that you need to purge, all the things, like, because your root is where you get grounded, right? It's where you get stable. So that Kundalini, it'll start moving, and you might even feel it now because I'm a Reiki master, and I emit that energy. I'm in tune to that energy. So you may feel me stirring up that Kundalini, especially if you haven't really done any work in that area in a long time. So I just to let you know that, just in case you do start feeling like some sensations in that area, you can be mindful of it. So when you have that Kundalini in the root and it's doing that, it's moving, and then it starts to rise. With each breath, it'll start to rise with each movement, especially rising up into that sacral chakra. Once you get to that sacral chakra, that energy starts to vibrate. So yeah, it's dancing at the root, but once it gets up here, it's like, okay, I'm doing something. We're doing something. We can see each other. Like it's like the two becoming one, and it's like that energy comes together and it's facing each other, and it's really like you're really starting to understand like yourself and your creativity and your sensuality and your sexuality and who you are and how you express yourself and how that energy moves and changes and grows, and you like that experience of the sacral chakra. It's really like it's kind of where your imagination, it's kind of where your imagination turns into manifestation, right? Where you get that tangible thing of like you're starting to create like, okay, I'm grounded, I have my foundation, and now something is happening. And so when you get in a space where you are good with creation, you are good at expressing yourself creatively, you understand your sexuality, and you understand that by nature you are a sensual being. You evoke those energies whether you like it or not. And now here in that sacral chakra, what's coming to me now is that we have to understand that that's where we hold a lot of our emotions. That's where we hold a lot of our understandings and awarenesses of things, and of things, what I'm hearing is outside of ourselves, right? So where we have that root chakra, go down, back down to that root for a second. We are grounded, but we're grounded in ourselves. We're grounded in the earth. We are one with everything. Like that's that foundation, right? And so getting up to that sacral chakra, it really kind of expands that to other people. And so, because like I use the word expression, right? So like you can't really express without an audience per se. And so once you get good at expressing yourself and staying grounded, then you can start to work on your solar plexus. And your solar plexus really just ties in the two. Your solar plexus, that's your personal power. That's your willpower. That's you. That's your get up and go. That's your, I know who I am. I can express that fully. I'm grounded. I'm stable. I am that. You are that, with those lower chakras working together. And so in my experience, my personal power was a bit hard to regulate. And I really do think it's because I wasn't fully confident in expressing all of who I was, that I figured out who I was within that sacral area. Now, most of the time, none of this happened like, oh, I'm going to work on my root. Oh, I'm going to work on my chakra, sacral. Oh, I'm going to work on my solar plexus. No, it kind of happened like I've explained, like sacral root. I'm going back between the two, and then like, okay, I'm kind of stable in that right now. And like, wait, who am I? Who am I again? That's what the solar plexus taught me, like who I am and how to stand on my square. I study Moorish science and in the Moorish Science Temple of America, and I realized that who I am and what I speak over myself is really important, because if you don't define yourself, then you're already 10 steps behind, because the world has already defined you. Okay? Sorry, I just had a brief interruption. But talking about that solar plexus, it was a bit hard for me to express all that I was, because my light was growing and I didn't know how exactly to share that. And I wanted to share it because, like, in my heart space, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. And so getting out of this hermit mode, it still is it's a tussle for me. Because in the hermit mode is where I found peace. And so those lower chakras really helped me to ground myself fully in who I am and be confident in who I am and not have to participate in society's views of me. And then, like, being in the Morris Science Temple of America and claiming my nationality, and also simultaneously learning Reiki, and also studying like the Maduna Tur of Ram Nefer. All of those things help to cultivate a very sound. We have phone calls left and right. So, okay, yeah, with studying all of these things, it cultivated for me a sense of awareness of who I am. And that really allowed me to kind of like shape and form and become super authentic with myself. So, when it came to that heart space, that Kundalini, going back to that, once that Kundalini gets in the heart space, your heart, it kind of like functions like the root too. So that Kundalini will start swirling again. It'll start swirling again within that heart space. It'll expand. You'll feel it expanding. You'll feel it moving. You'll feel it vibrating. You'll feel it doing all kind of things within that heart space. And as hard as it was for me to move my serpent up into a solid solar plexus area, where I became my sun, where I became my love, where I became my truth, where I became my justice, where I became my creativity. I became all those things for me to get into this heart space. And once you get into this heart space, it's like, whoa. The heart space expands and things start coming up, and it's like you question, like, was I ever really grounded? Was I ever really stable? Do I really know who I am and what I want and how I connect with others? It starts to expand all those different sectors, and you didn't realize why people say you have a big heart in that way. And so, sorry for all the interruptions. Interruptions like that before would really make me like just be like, to hell with it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go do something else, whatever. But this is not what we're doing. We're not giving up because things happen, and that's another thing. What I learned in my heart space is that I do truly have the ability to create heaven on earth. I have the ability to expand and give the love that Source gave me to other people. And I don't have to overextend myself. I can stand firm in my boundaries. I can love from a distance. I learned all these things through the art of discernment, through that first, what I believe is everybody's first gift, is discernment. We have free will because we have the protection of discernment. And I learned that in my heart space. Now, currently, I'm currently, which is in the midst of my journey, and Spirit is reminding me that I do not have to share my journey with you. So letting you know my experience thus far, are letting you know in which ways I have, through my experience, I could just say this. I can say this. Just like I have to keep on going back to my root chakra, going back to my root chakra, going back to my root chakra, I had to keep coming back to my heart space, to check in, to expand, to declutter, to understand who I am, because we are always changing, we are always growing, we are always expanding, right? And so learning Reiki taught me how to connect my heart space and my lower chakras, which beginning at the root. So connecting my heart with my root, especially in a Kundalini mindset, it was very interesting, because I do this meditation, and in my meditations, I use a lot of visualization. Like, if I want to do work through my meditation, visualization is what it's the vehicle. And so visualizing these serpents spinning in my root chakra, going up into my heart space, spinning in my heart space, and then coming down. You can also use breath work in order to guide those energies within yourselves too. And so you just simply breathe and you feel your Kundalini rising. You rise it up just to your heart space, and you allow it, the Kundalinis, to cycle. And you'll start to see them cycle. It'll go in this way, and they'll start to cycle. Now, the true work, the true master work, is when you can expand that, right? So we're cycling, but we're allowing our serpents to intertwine. So when they get into that heart space, or that root chakra down there, they're covering all the area, all the land. And so you allow it to go through, and allow it to go back down, and then it goes and it circles, and it allow that energy to move and to expand. And this is energy work, and this is how I see it when I do my energy work. I'm working with the Kundalini. The Kundalini is what moves that energy, that life force energy, through freely. We all have access to light source energy, to source, to creation. And so as co-creators of this reality, we have to be mindful. And mindfulness is literally my foundation. Like that's where where everything is started. And so today, within this reading, I think this is so authentic for me to start a reading like this, and to speak, and not to just jump into too much of the energy at once, because this is my truth, right? And this is me getting out of that hermit mode. I think what is happening here is that I'm learning, because I'm just doing. I'm learning as I go, and this is what Spirit was trying to tell me all along. This is my peace. This is my center. And so this is a energetic reading based on numerology. I won't tell you how I chose the numbers. You'll just notice that the decks are a different size. And I pulled 3 other, so I have a deck of tarot, and I'm probably not going to read every single card for each pile. But I have none of these cards I looked at yet. So we are going to go through, and thank you for grounding with me in the beginning and listening to my story and listening to just the way my brain works. But you came here for a reading, right? So let's just go ahead and get into that. We have 2 piles here. This is pile 22. This is pile 33. And let's get into 22 first. Okay. At the base of this reading here, for 22, sacred insight is coming in strong, with the numbers of 111, and that is the sacred number of 3. And so 3 suggests it's kind of like that solar plexus, right? 3 suggests that we are standing in our power, right? And we have the Empress card here, and the Empress card talks about personal growth, and it also talks about self-development. Success brings freedom, maternal comfort, security, and protection. So it literally, like, with the energetic of our reading, we're talking chakras and things like that, it seems that and look, this card literally says that you spend too much time indoors, get out more, sexual pleasure, fertility. Like, these are the lower chakras. The Empress is the foundation of our lower chakras. Moving into that solar plexus area. Look at that yellow and that heart chakra. Like, this is letting you know, like, this represents you here, this loving relationship with self, with you being grounded in there. But just after the Empress comes the King of Swords. And this person, what I'm hearing is this person conceals his emotions. So you can play around with the gender roles, like male, female, whatever. But the Empress card just represents somebody that is firm in their foundation. They know who they are. They've worked through their personal development. They're very mindful about personal growth and developing the self. They're successful. They have a sense of security, of comfort, of protection, of peace. Like, they're in that. They've been to themselves so long that they've got comfortable in that hermit mode from the energetic portion of our reading. They've got comfortable in that. And so having the King of Swords come out of someone that you may be dealing with, this person conceals their emotions. They don't really like to make small talk much. They're very smart. But they're very analytical and organized, and it could be a tad judgmental. Now, we use the word a lot now, nonchalant. They may come off as very nonchalant, and so, but at the base of that, they are natural leaders. They have good instincts. They have common sense, and this is why somebody like the Empress, who's in that personal growth era, would even consider speaking to someone that is so nonchalant, that is so sharp, and so, like, it's kind of like stand backish. They don't really give you much. They don't give you much emotion. They're hard. And so you would wonder why someone that's full of security and comfort and protection would even deal with someone that is in that nonchalant mode. Like, they're taking care of themselves, they're analytical, they're judgmental to a sense. Like, they're almost to that point where, yeah, they've spent a lot of time in hermit mode too, right? They spent a lot of time in a hermit mode, and so they have come to be strict with their own energy. And so why would someone like the Empress, who's at peace with themselves and open and willing to explore, here with someone that's not filled with so much color as they are, you see? And so what I'm seeing here, it's really because of their high standards. The Empress is impressed with their good instincts, with their great ideas, with their standards. And their standards may be strict, but they have them. And so that's the Empress understanding that the cosmic flow of that is aligning them in a way through that. And so at times, it may feel like this relationship has lost its momentum. It may feel like it's going nowhere. Like, there's no energy behind it. Like, you don't have any new goals for, like, okay, like, yeah, we connect, when we get together, it's a good laugh, it's a good time, it's good vibes. But this is not really going anywhere. This is not really progressing in a way. It's in a standstill, and it's really because you both are strict. You both are strict. You're both in this mode of gathering yourselves. And I feel like over the past couple years or so, you both have been working so hard on yourselves, and you've reached so many of your goals that you're at a point where you've reached your goals, and you don't necessarily have any new short-term goals. The long-term goals are still the same. You're still working towards that life that you want to create with yourself. However, you don't have any short-term goals. And so Spirit is asking you, what do you want? What do you want? That energy has been coming up so much for me. What do you want? I ask myself that all the time. Shay, what do you want right now, though? Because it's crazy. Over the past year for myself, it's like I have set goals and achieved them, and my timestamp for my goals was a year. And so now that I've came to that year and I've reached my goals, it's like, what's next? What's next? What do you want in this new season? What are you choosing? And I've been single for this whole year, and I'm coming out of a 10 plus year relationship, and it's been an adjustment of doing things on my own. And I'm in the space to where, like, dating seems like unreal, because, like, I'm supposed to let people in my space. I'm supposed to get to know somebody. I'm supposed to, like, I'm sitting like this Empress here. I've created all these pretty things around me. I don't want someone with no life to come in and disturb that or try to suck me into their world. It's not that this world is bad. It's just that I've created so many beautiful things here for me. And so like this gives me, it's like, oh, this is clear, this is, like, it's clear, it's organized, the landscape is beautiful, everything, it's structured and stuff like that. And yes, I crave that stability. I've created my stability, but my stability and my creativity flows. It flows into all that I am. And so having to change that and to structure that sounds like a tassel to me. It sounds like something that I don't want any part of. And so I feel like that's kind of like the experience I've been in. So like this is what this energy is giving me. It's like, on one end, you've created so many beautiful things, and like, yeah, letting someone in to my space would feel like I have to kind of like clean up my mess when it's a beautiful mess. And so, Spirit is saying that in that transition, in that transition, you may be underestimating your own abilities to adapt. You may be underestimating or have a lack of vision of where you're going, that you can't see that this person might be your forever. And Spirit don't want you to fear change, because fearing change can keep you from that success, can keep you from that relationship, can keep you from that happiness of your big picture, of your big goals, of your long-term goals. And are not really keep you from it, because like they say, something that's for you will never pass you. However, it can be delayed. And that's another, where delay is not defeat. It's still delay, and we still feel the type of way about that. So don't get too, and we have the World card in reverse, and it's literally saying too attached to your current job or residence. So don't get too attached to where you are now, because things will be changing and changing fast, and it has a lot to do with other people coming into your lives. And I think like that's why at the base of the reading, I really have an emphasis. Well, I can't talk. There's emphasis on expanding. So from that root, that sacral expands, and you start to connect with other people. Same thing when it gets to that heart space. You start to expand, and you start to grow a love, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. And so, Spirit is telling you that you need to be a little bit more flexible. You need to be a little bit more flexible, and know that you're a beautiful soul. This is the beginning of a romance. So yes, there will be temptations and other attractions and questions about sexuality. There will be lust, but there also will be love, because those things, we're human. Right? And so we can look at all of these words and for the meaning of expressions and things like that as something bad, but in reality, it's just phases of who we are as human beings on this earth, experiencing all that we're experiencing. And so it says on this card, and we have the Lover's card here, which definitely tells me that this is a divine union coming together. Be patient with each other. Whether you're sitting on the side of the Empress, where you've done the work, you've learned who you are very aware, and you're comfortable, and you are You're very protected over yourself. You have security. You've built that life of security because that's what you were craving. Or if maybe you are the King of Swords, it doesn't mean you have to be a man or a woman. Or you're sitting there over here on the King of Swords side where you're strict, where you don't give too much emotion, where you have good instincts, and so you're very protective over the way that you have set up your life. You don't want nobody messing up what you've organized. You want to be able to lead in a sense of when it comes to relationship. And so whether you're on either side, the beauty of it here is that you guys will work good together. You guys will come into union. But in order for this to work, you must leave a certain point of your past behind. Yes, Empress, you've done the work. You've done the work. You know who you are. You're comfortable in that. But you will have to compromise, because this King of Swords, they're organized in a way that it's going to be hard to bring them into your world of beautiful chaos. And King of Swords is this Empress is coming with a lot going on, and it's just a beautiful mess. But the fact that you're so organized, you can help her get organized in a way that's not control. You have a good time with this person. You see yourself growing in close friendship with this person. You see yourself going on adventures with this person. But there is an important decision to be made. Are both of you guys ready? Are you guys ready for change? Are you ready to share your world? Are you ready to adapt, Empress? Are you ready to explore, King of Swords? Because you guys can come together as lovers and make magic. You are well suited for each other. You are well suited for each other. If both of you guys get into the mode and take a little risk with each other, if you risk with each other, it will be so powerful. It will be so powerful. You will achieve all of your goals 10 times faster than you could ever have thought of. If you were thinking that, I'm going to spend the next 5 to 10 years working towards my next picture, I can promise you the two of you together will accomplish that in a year. It just is what it is. You guys will you will achieve more than you set out to achieve. And the word flexible is coming up again. It's because you guys are so flexible with each other. It's because you guys will be able to understand each other's needs and where each other came from, because you both created separate lives. And now that you guys are bringing that together, because it is coming together, your determination and strength will help you to overcome all problems. All obstacles, all problems, all obstacles will be opportunity for you to grow, for you to take charge, for you to take action. This is the seat of your personal power coming together. That masculine and feminine energy coming together in that solar plexus realm and just expanding. So you both can have personal power as lovers. This is what's coming for you guys. This is what's coming for you guys. And I hope this is giving you the inspiration so that you could know that your dreams of something that you've always dreamed for, even if it seems superficial now, even if it's like, oh, you both dreamed of having a husband or wife, and you both dream of having a family and this big house and fancy cars and things like that, and you both had this for a long time, but through your experience, life has just discouraged you. Life has just torn you apart, and you're not even sure if that's something that you want anymore. Matter of fact, you don't even have that dream. That dream has withered away. That dream has been forgotten. That's the world card in reverse. That loss of momentum. It says goals have been forgotten, reviewed, or you set new ones. And it's really because you've never you never could imagine, after you experience love in the way that you have, you never imagined that you'd be coming to someone and that they'd be here forever. Like, you're forever, yeah, like maybe my right now, like maybe my just for a while, but you're forever. No, you guys are coming together. You're going to come in contact together. And I'm really already feeling like you already know this person. You already talking to this person. You've already met this person. You've already dealt with this person. But you didn't know when you met them that they would drastically change your life, and vice versa. They didn't expect to feel so strongly about you because they're so damn nonchalant. They didn't even imagine feeling anything for you. Like, y'all may be in like a situationship or something like that, because this person, it's like they have strong love for you, but they never would have thought that they would have been feeling like that for someone that, that maybe they don't really talk to as much as other people, or I don't know. It's just saying that you guys together, it's really when you decide that you want each other, this is going to be the most satisfying relationship that you have ever had. You are going to enjoy the calm period in a relationship where you thought that coming out of hermit mode, coming out of isolation, putting yourself back into a relationship was going to disrupt your peace and the life that you created. It's going to bring you more serenity, more calm, more of your emotional needs being filled. You're going to be able to share your good fortune that's coming with you with someone else, and that's all you ever wanted. That's all you've ever decided that you wanted since like since a little youth. That's it. But prepare for both of y'all to be very defensive when it comes to forming a connection. You guys are tough. You guys are tough. You created this life and you have resources, and you keep them close to your chest. You keep your cards close to your chest. You almost feel like letting someone in is allowing yourself to be surrounded by trouble. You feel emotionally and physically tired, both of you, because of the constant conflict and setbacks in your life, especially when it comes to romance. It seems like you never really, you met people that got you. You met people that held you. You met people that had an impact in your life, that stayed for a while, but you never really had someone care for you. And you never really understood why, when that's what you gave. When you gave stability, you gave protection, you gave these things. You gave all of these things, and so you never really understood or never really got the answers to why can I love in this way, but I can't find someone to love me the way that I love. Trust me, honey, I get it. I get it. I pour out my heart so much in relationships, and over this past year of me being like not really relying on someone to give me the affection that I needed, I have gotten comfortable within me. I have gotten so comfortable. You may not have the answers, but you have the inner strength. You have the perseverance, and you will see this through together. So no matter how scary that it may get to let someone into your world, you can. And you're becoming very, 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 very dissatisfied with being alone. You have emotional exhaustion, but you also have emotional needs. And you just saying that you need something more in life. So give each other a chance. Give each other a chance. Get out of that self-awareness and allow yourselves to be aware of someone else right now. But you must take action. You guys have to take action towards each other. You have to test the waters, baby. Both of you do. Both of you do. Because this is what's going to get you to where you want to be. Y'all deserve each other. Y'all deserve each other. And together, y'all will create an empire. What I'm hearing right now, we have an Empress and we have a Knight of Swords. So what I'm feeling is that who's ever in this Empress, they have a little bit more status than the Knight of Swords. And so what's going to happen is you'll become the star Knight of Swords. If you're in that energy where you're strict, you probably haven't worked through your emotions yet, because you don't like small talk, right? You like to conceal your emotions, right? And so you haven't gotten to the part of where you're expressing that fully and authentically, and that's okay, because the Empress has done the work. The Empress has done the work, and he, whoever is in that Empress mode, they will help you to become everything that you've ever dreamed of and more, because both of you together is inspiration to others. Both of you together are strong. You will have so much satisfaction in this relationship, but you need to give it a chance. So that's all I have for pile 22. I'll go ahead and do pile 33, and I thank you, and let me know if it resonated in the comments. Peace. All right, pile 33. We have the High Priestess coming in here. Wait a minute. Pause. The last pile had a King of Swords, and I don't know if I was saying Knight of Swords in there, but the Knight of Swords came out here along with the High Priestess, which is crazy combination because I just shuffle these cards and this is the way that they landed out. So High Priestess, I feel like this is really just an extension of 22, right? But let's kind of try to look at this a little bit differently. High Priestess, what I'm feeling here is that you are in a mode where a lot of people got a lot to say about you. They got a lot to say about you, honey. And you have already tapped into your inner space. You already know that the answers that you seek are within. You already know how to trust your intuition. You're mysterious and desirable, but people don't really know how to connect with you. People don't really know if you even want them around, because you are so on your high horse that people really don't know how to come at you. People see your strength and they are intimidated by it. And then here you come with the Knight of Swords, and this is a person that is disciplined, very confident. They have courage and they have a good heart, and they will fight for you. They will fight for you so much that you won't have to worry about the naysayers. You won't have to worry about the people that's casting judgment upon you. You will be able to be all of who you are and stand in that strength and endure adversity, because you have your knight by your side, because you have your protector. You can face any problem with that inner strength. You, when challenged with this person, you maintain control. You sit in this high priestess energy because of your partner. Because you know that you can be every bit of who you are and sit on your throne comfortably, knowing that nobody can take you down, because that man or woman will not let nobody within an inch of you. You guys have so much patience together, and you have so much support for one another. It's like the lion and the tamer. You, High Priestess, you're the lion. The knight is the tamer. He brings you strength. She brings you strength. Like I told the pile 22, allow the energies to work for you and not the gender roles. Yes, we have a high priestess, but if you are in that high priestess energy, then you will resonate with maybe being a little bit preoccupied with your own things. Maybe you're somebody that that kind of like know who they are. They're very strong in knowing who they are. You may be someone that is good by yourself, but I hear, yeah, I'm good all by myself. But baby, you make me better. You know your partner makes you better. You know that your discipline and actual strength comes from your connection. And right now, Spirit is saying that you two work great as a team, but you know that already, right? But your hard work is about to be noticed. You are about to have recognition coming to you. So Spirit is telling you to guard your secrets, because someone may try to separate you from your strength. Guard your secrets. Somebody is trying to impersonate you. Somebody wants your life, but they lack control, and they don't know that your strength lies with your partner. So attacking you has never worked, because they think that you yeah, you're a force by yourself, and yeah, they got that right, but they don't know that it's fortified by your significant other, are the people that you have around you. They don't know that, and so they just try so hard to get you out of that, and and it's beating them up. It's beating them up. They're not understanding why. Like, why keep doing these things and they're not breaking? Why do they don't even know that we're in a fight and I'm still not winning? They're waiting for you to let your guard down, baby. They're waiting for you to let your guard down. They want access to your peace. They want you to be stressed. But they don't know they don't know how fierce your protector is. But the shots keep coming and you're getting tired of it. You're getting tired of it because you've worked so hard to create your good harvest. You worked so hard for this abundance that you are having right now. And you have a new understanding of your partner and what they do for you and how strong of a friendship that you have. And so you have become very, very protective of that. And so it almost seems as though you're trying to keep that strength, and you've known what works so far, but since things are changing, you are kind of like, you don't want to share your good times with other people other than your partner. And that's okay. You can nurture this feeling, because Spirit says that don't allow others to take away from what you've already built. Don't allow others, especially even close family members, because they will literally take you down. They will literally take you down because they don't understand your peace, right? They don't understand this. And your partner is someone who has always been direct and honest with you. He's someone that, he's not really emotional person. He really keeps his emotions close to his heart. But he's very outgoing, and when he came into your life, he or she, when they came into your life, it was like, it made your good better. And like, that's really, really, that's really the basis of this reading. It's like, you guys are so good together. And Spirit just really it's kind of like a warning, so to speak, to don't be paranoid. Don't imagine problems, because sometimes other people can get to you, but can get in your head, or maybe you sometimes can get in your own head. But Spirit wants you to realize who you have as a partner and give them a little bit more leeway. Sometimes deception can cause people to end relationships. And it may not necessarily be them deceiving you in a way that was like intentional, but the fact that maybe you have found out something about their past that is not quite sitting right with you. Spirit is saying that you can look past this. that don't go to anybody. If this problem has not aroused yet, then don't, when it does, don't go to anybody to get their opinions. You look at the person that you have. You look at the person that they are. My mom said something to me earlier, which I thought was a good tool. And she said that, someone had called her in a panic, and she kind of like took notes of what they were calling about. And she said when she got off the phone with them, she crossed out everything that was emotional. Everything that was emotional are their opinion. And she said she dealt with the facts. And when it came to the facts, this is what was actually happening. And so Spirit wants you to deal with the facts. Spirit wants you to understand that understand the facts of it and take your emotions out of it, because sometimes our emotions can cloud our judgment, and Spirit don't want you to give your partner hell because of some emotions that other people have gotten out of you. Because every card that I pull is like a battle between what other people is saying and doing in your life as opposed to what's actually going on. And if you listen to the naysayers, then that's what's going to break your strength. And don't let it. Pay attention to the details, but exclude everything that's emotional, that makes you feel those emotions, and simply deal with the facts. Okay. This is all I have for Pile 33. I thank you for letting me into your energy and resonating with this energy and vibrating at this frequency with me. You can follow me on Instagram at Light My Fire or Sage of the Oracle. I'm either or. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next video.